Okay, I've tried those two cap screws both directions with an impact tool. Both directions, right hand thread, left hand thread, it's not coming out. So we're going to move that mill head over here above it, and we're going to drill the head of the bolts off. Welcome to ARW. This may be the beginning of part 2 or part 3. I don't remember. I haven't worked out here in a week, and so I forget. Maybe I've already got part 2 done. I thought maybe I did, but I don't know. Anyway, we're still trying to get the spindle head part, the cover part, off of the ways of my Craftsman lathe. Excuse me. And it's not working out, you know, with wrenches. So I'm going to drill the head off the bolts, and that should take care of it. Then I can put my stud remover, if I can find it, on what's left of the bolts sticking up, and try to work them out, maybe. And I haven't worked in a week. I busy all last week babysitting the granddaughter's dogs, and then I went in the hospital for the weekend because I was bleeding internally, and I'm back out, and so we're going to put in our routine 2 hours today. I've been kind of worried that I might not get this thing finished ever, but I want to keep trying, and that's what we're after here, okay? So let's turn the camera around towards the mill and get busy. Alright, I'm going to go around behind it with a wrench, and I'm going to loosen up the bolts, and I'm going to turn this sucker around. Okay, so I've turned the ram so it's coming over at an angle instead of sticking straight out, and I'm right on top of one of the bolts, as you can see right there. I'm right on top of that bolt. So that's the one we're going to try to drill out. Now I'm going to go back over there and I'm going to double check everything again, because I don't want any problems to happen. All that's not the steadiest mess in the world. Okay? And I'll wake you guys up. Okay, let's try drilling the head off of this bolt. I gotta figure out why it don't want to run. Not starting. Okay, you see these bolts, the T-nuts in this table, they come up through here and hold on to this end. T-nuts, the bolts on this end, up through here. Okay? And it isn't gonna fall on the floor because it's got a chain on one end and a cable on the other. Looks good to me. I'm going to change gears. Put it in a high speed. drilled in some, so I'm gonna have to move the bit out a little bit. Try that. It's really eating up that bit. Yeah, let's try it some more. Ate a lot of that bit. Alright, so we know it's going to work, we know it's going to stay there and not fall. So all we got to do now is get something that's good enough to cut the bolt. Well, by the time we got here, the 3/8 drill bit, the carbide end or whatever, running about $42 tax shipping and all. But this is the first one I tried it on, and it popped the head right off the bolt, and the other one came loose too. And that housing is pretty heavy, but I'll show you what I got here. If I can turn this around. Now then we'll zoom in on it. You can see the two bolts sticking out of the right side there. I'll heat those up and use a stud puller to try to remove them. We'll see how that works out. There's my wonderful drill bit, and it's a good one. Well, there you are. It's on the little roller that I made for it, ready to go outside and get soaped up and cleaned. I don't know if it's cool enough out there for me to want to do that, but it's ready. And I'm going to put the head back like it was when I came along. No need for it to be turned around sideways now. Okay, mill's back to normal. Sitting on 0 there, or at least in less than a half a mark from 0. And everything else is just fine. So I'm through in here for today. Okay, the next part of this job is going to be painting, followed by the next part, reassembly. So I guess it's about time to go have a Bubba joke, and this is where I wanted to talk to you guys. All I got now is repeat Bubba jokes. Do you guys want to keep on with me putting up repeat Bubba jokes, or just give up on them? All I got is repeat Bubba jokes, because the places I was getting them, that's what they're doing. They're repeating the Bubba jokes. There's nothing new. So let's put it in the comments down there what you want. Keep on running repeats or skip it. Just a bar down there in Louisiana, you know, where Boudreaux goes all the time, and there's this very, very drunk guy in there. He's trying to impress everybody with his fighting ability. You know, he says, I'm trained in every hand-to-hand combat there is. And he says, to further prove his point, you know, he walks up to Boudreaux. He happened to be, you know, sitting in there, and he whops him behind the neck. Whop! He says, karate chop from China. Boudreaux picks himself up off the floor and sits back in his seat, you know, say nothing, you know. And the drunk goes on talking to them, and he turns around and he hits him again. Judo from Japan. Boudreaux gets up off the floor, sits back down, has another beer, you know, and he's kind of looking kind of quiet. Drunk turns around with him and he says, that's a nerve pinch from Korea. After a while, Boudreaux managed to get up off the floor, you know, recover from that. He He don't go back to his chair. He walks out the door. About 10 minutes later, he comes back in with a big old board in his hand. He walks up behind that drunk guy and whop! Guy just, flat out on the floor there, stone cold. Boudreaux says, 2x4 from Home Depot.